Hi everyone, welcome to Health Science 360. This is medical care organizations. I'm Professor Hussein. For those of you who haven't had me yet, I enjoy hot tea and long walks on the beach. I like a good documentary, and I have a lot of different side hustles. Enough about me. Let's get this course going. So anyway, for this course, or for this video in particular, we are going to talk about the purpose of this course. We're also going to look at all the different components, what's expected of you, what you're going to have to do, what you're going to have to turn in, how that's all going to work. And that's pretty much it. That's what we are going to get through today. Okay. So, the purpose of this particular class is to gain familiarity with the healthcare delivery system. So we are going to learn first of all that we don't even have a system. We're going to learn how different we are from all these other developed countries and the health systems that they have. We're going to learn about all the different fragments that we have in this healthcare system, all the different little pieces, and then how they kind of work together. Okay, so that's what we are going to get into over the course of this quarter. Now, there's a lot of information. I don't know if anyone has already checked out the book or bought the book or rented or whatever, but there is a lot of information in the book. The book is amazing, okay, but there's so much, okay? There's probably enough information in here for at least 3 different courses, which makes it kind of difficult for us. I don't want you guys to be too overwhelmed with this information, because I know courses in the past or classes in the past who have taken this course with me. It's been a lot, but what I do like to make sure that I like to make everything simple. So we're going to take these complex systems, these big concepts out there, and we're going to simplify them. Okay, we're going to make them small and easy and just very common and natural to go through. Okay, so it should feel pretty okay. It should be hopefully easy to understand everything that we go over. It's going to be way more simpler than the book, although we are going to follow along with the book. Okay. All right. So this is the book. There is a 7th edition, which I will be drawing some information from that, but the differences between the 6th and the 7th edition is very, very small. It isn't much at all. Okay, they're almost the same book, which is fine because this is clearly a cheaper version of this book. So, certainly, if you don't want to buy the book, I'm not going to make you. It's not going to be like a requirement. Okay, we're not going to have any kind of like homework assignment where we have to have the book, and we're not going to do popcorn reading in this class where everyone has to have their own book and we all got to follow and read. This book is for your reference, and it's a very good book. It's so good. If you have a future, if you have like a big future, you see so many things for you in the healthcare industry, I would just recommend to have this book with you. Okay, just for reference and just to keep. It's like an encyclopedia. Okay, it's like an encyclopedia of all the healthcare stuff in one book, so you don't have to keep going. You don't have to keep searching for information or anything like that. It's all there. Now, although there's always Google, if you ever need to reference anything, you have all the information in the world right there. So, but this is an excellent book. If you're into books, this is the book. All right, so this is the one you want. That being said, also, if you are one of those people who read, like you can't necessarily learn very well with lectures alone or PowerPoints alone. You need like a full like text for you to read and process that information. And you don't want to spend that much money, you don't even have to get the 6th edition. Okay, you can get the 5th edition. The 5th edition is very similar to this one as well. Okay, I don't know if I've never looked at any other newer editions, so I can't really tell you how close they are, although usually these books don't change too much when they upgrade them. So if you want to go 5th edition, that's fine. You're gonna be fine with, you're gonna get a good read out of that. If you want to go earlier than that, that's probably fine too, most likely. I'm sure you're gonna get most of the same information, because a lot of concepts in healthcare, especially with like Medicare and even private health insurance and like the structure of how that works and managed care organizations and everything like that, most of it has not changed. Really, the only reason why I say we should stick with the 6th edition and higher is because this talks a lot about the Affordable Care Act. Okay, this is where they include the Affordable Care Act. But the other ones, if just aside from the Affordable Care Act, all the other information is really the same. Okay, so if you wanted to get an old version, get an old version. You'll save a lot more money, and it's still a good read. Okay, you get good information from that. So anyway, but that being said, don't tell on me, don't get me in trouble, but I don't even, if you're not that kind of a person, you don't care about books, you don't want to read, I'm not going to force you guys to get this book, to get a book, okay? The other resources that I provide you is pretty good, if I do say so myself. Okay, so you can be successful in this course if you are just going through the PowerPoint information that I give you, and then the video lectures that I have recorded for you guys. So to supplement the fact that we can't go to class on campus, at least you'll have video lectures to watch at home. Okay, so you'll have all that, plus we have other activities and things like that, and of course I'm always here if you guys need additional information about anything. And then there's always Google. You have all the information in the world right there. So you know, it's not necessary if you don't want to get the book. I'm not gonna get you in trouble, but don't you get me in trouble for saying that. All right, let's move on. Okay, so what are we going to be doing in this class? First of all, two huge parts or expectations of this class is the participation, and I split participation up into assignments and attendance. Okay, so your participation grade as a whole is 200 points for this whole quarter, but we got 100 points for your attendance, and we're gonna get 100 points from your assignments. So assignments, each assignment is going to be 5 points each. There will be 20 assignments. You will have 2 assignments due every single week, okay? Every week we've got 2 assignments due, and our due dates for our assignments are going to be Monday and Wednesday, since those are technically the classes that the days we're supposed to be meeting. Those will be our assignment due dates, okay? So Monday and Wednesday are our assignment due dates. So every day we have 1 assignment due on one of those days, okay? And it needs to be turned in by 11:59 p.m. Okay, so basically by midnight on Monday and Wednesday. Okay, those are assignment due dates. You will always have an assignment due on one of those days. Due on both of those days. Every single week. Okay, so that will yield a total points of 100 by the end of the quarter. And then we have our attendance grade. So coming class is so important. It's ridiculously important, although we can't necessarily do that now. That being said, I'm still going to give attendance points when I know that you are actually making an effort in the course. So I see that if I see that you have been watching the videos and you've been doing your homework and things like that, I'm going to count that as an attendance day and you're going to get your full attendance points. So usually every single day is worth 5 points, right? And since we're supposed to be meeting twice a week, you got 10 points total. Okay, so each week is going to be worth 10 points. And I'm just going to make it a 10-point thing. In our in the grades on Blackboard, it's just going to be attendance for each week, and it's just going to be 10 points. I'm just going to put them all there. If you've done everything that you're supposed to do for that week, then you will get all of your points. If it looks like you've only done part of what you're supposed to do that week, then you will get half of the points. Okay, if it looks like you've done nothing, okay, then you don't get points. All right, so basically, just by making an effort and turning in assignments, you're gonna get points, okay? You'll get your attendance points for that. Well, attendance points will account for the homework that we have to turn in, right? And then, in addition to that, we have other things that we will be doing throughout the quarter that will also count for your attendance grade, because if it's an activity that we have to do that week, it's going to be included in your attendance grade. So if you did all the activities that were due for that week, then you get all your points. If you do some of them, you get half the points. Okay, that's the rule. If you did none, you get no points. So other activities that we're going to have to be doing will be quizzes, exams. We'll have a research paper and presentation, plus we're going to have some Zoom meetings as well. Now our Zoom meetings are really only going to just be for reviewing for quizzes and exams, and they'll be when we give our presentations as well. Okay, so of course that is going to count for your attendance grade. If you're not in the Zoom meeting, then you're not going to get points. All right, so like I said, all the activities, if you do all the activities you're supposed to do, you get the full 10 points at the end of the week. If you only do part of the activities you're supposed to do, then you'll get half credits, you're going to get 5. And if you do nothing, then you get 0. Let's go on. All right, so now we are going to get into the quizzes. So this quarter we have 4 quizzes, okay, but only 3 of those quizzes will count for your grade. What happens to the 4th quiz? That one will be added back into your grade as extra credits. Okay, so each quiz is worth 60 points. So you're going to get a total of 180 points for your grade, for your quiz grade, right? And then you get a potential extra credit of 60 points if you score that well on all your quizzes. Okay, so I'll take your highest scores and those will count for your grade, and then your worst score is going to count for your extra credit. Okay, now the best, obviously, the better you do on all of your quizzes, especially your worst quiz, then the more extra credit that you're gonna get. Okay, so of course everything's gonna be online, so it's all gonna be on Blackboard. You're gonna have announcements for when they are, but the dates for these quizzes are also on the syllabus. Now on every day each day that we have a quiz, the day that the quiz is gonna open, that's the day that we're gonna have a Zoom meeting. Okay, and the Zoom meeting is just going to be to review the material that you're going to need for those quizzes. Okay, so this is us getting together, making sure we're all on the same page, we know the right stuff, and there may be an extra credit opportunity. If I can think of one and throw that in there, then you guys will have an extra credit, opportunity to earn more points for free. But for the most part, at least we're all going to get together and we're going to make sure that we're on the same page and we're all ready to take these quizzes or exams, whatever they are. So So that's when we'll have a Zoom meeting to review. So the Zoom review, right? And they will, since our class meeting is supposed to start at 1:20 on Mondays and Wednesdays, they will be on at 1:20. Okay, they may last the full 2 hours or they might not. It really just depends on how everyone feels. If it looks like no one has any more questions and we're fine, then we'll just close it and we'll close it early. So it really just depends. But yeah, we'll try to go over all information that we need for the quizzes, okay, during that time. Next, we also will have quiz corrections, okay? So after you've taken your quiz, what you're gonna do is you should be able to, like, it will show you the ones that you got wrong, and it's gonna show the answers and all of that. So what you need to do is screenshot or write down the different questions that you got wrong. And then for your quiz corrections, you can re-answer those questions. Okay, so you can go ahead and pull up the lectures, you can pull up YouTube, Google information, look in the book or anything like that and get information for, use that information to answer those questions correctly and give an explanation, give support for why that's the answer. Okay, when you do that, then turn it in and you're going to receive half credits for all of those questions that you ended up getting wrong. Okay, you're going to receive points. So it's like another extra credit opportunity or just an opportunity for you to get all those points back or part of those points back. Okay. So we got two exams for this class. We're going to do a standard midterm and then a final exam. Okay. So they're both going to be normal stuff, multiple choice, true, false. There's going to be a bonus question in the end. That's an essay and all that. The midterm will cover chapters 1 through 7, and that is really just half of the book. Okay, so half of the course is going to happen at midterm, and that exam is going to be worth 150 points. It's going to be about 50 questions, 3 points each. And then your final exam is going to cover everything, the whole course, all the information, chapters 1 through 14. Okay, we'll emphasize the second half a little bit more, but we're definitely going to include all the stuff from the very beginning as well. And the total of this is going to be 200 points. Okay, so the thing is about these exams is we will always have a review. Okay, we are always going to review as a class for our midterm and our final exam. The day that the midterm or the final exam is going to open, that is the day that we are going to have a Zoom meeting to review for those. Okay, so you're not on your own. I'm not leaving you there. Okay, we're going to come together as a class and we're going to figure out and we're going to make sure that we all know everything that we need to know to take those tests. Right, so you're going to be prepared. Of course, we all will always have review assignments for you to gather all the information, synthesize it, process it, review it on your own, but then we come together as a class, then we review it, and then you can go off and take your exam. Okay, so yeah, that's how it's going to be. Like I said in the previous one, every Zoom meeting is going to be at 1:20 p.m. because that's when our class usually is. And it's going to be either on a Monday or a Wednesday. You should actually see in the syllabus the days that these exams open, and it should also say that there will be a Zoom meeting on those particular days. If it doesn't, I'm really sorry. I was hoping I put those down there as well. I think I did. But if not, we will definitely have announcements and things like that at the beginning of the week to kind of remind you guys all of like the major things that we are going to be doing that week besides assignments, just so that everyone can stay on track. Okay, so that's how that's going to work. Let's move forward. So now we have a research project. Woo! So this research project is going to be it's going to be so broad, okay, and we will discuss this a little bit more as we move a little bit further into the quarter. I'll have a video out there that's going to kind of give you a bit more information about what's expected and everything like that. But of course, this is my first time doing this whole thing virtually, and I'm sure it's the same thing for you guys, or for most of you guys. So we're going to do the best we can. But normally this is a group project, and I would like for you guys to continue using groups. I think it would be really good, and this might be a great opportunity for us to figure out how we can work remotely with a group. Okay, so without meeting in person, if you can be able to connect with a group and work with them just through email and maybe video conferencing and doing that kind of thing, and assigning everyone their tasks, and then coming together in the end to create a great presentation and a polished research paper to turn in. Okay, so it might be really good. And what the plan for this is that on the day that we give our presentations, we're going to have a Zoom meeting, and then we're going to do it like that. But what I'm kind of thinking is that we may not. If it's easy, you guys can let me know. But if this is a possibility, if when we give presentations, maybe we can all just create our own videos. Okay, kind of like what I'm doing with the lectures. I'm just sort of like doing my own video. What I do is I use PowerPoint, and then I hit slideshow, and what do I hit? It's like record something. Anyway, so I start recording, and then it shows the little box on the corner, and then that's me giving the presentation here. So you guys should be able to do that. And what I'm thinking is, if you guys can all, maybe you whoever's in charge of one part of that presentation, they can do this kind of thing, and then you can pass it on to maybe the next person, and they can do their part within that PowerPoint presentation. And then in the end, you guys can all just condense it and turn it into an MP4 and put that on YouTube, so that it would be easy to share the link amongst everyone in the class. Okay, and then we can have a thing where we'll figure out what we do with it from there, but then that way I can assign a grade, and everyone else can show that we'll do something like we ask questions, and that's how we'll be able to make sure that we're all paying attention to this. So we may or may not do a Zoom meeting, but it might be something where we just give share our presentation video with everyone in the class, and do something like that. But you guys can let me know your feedback, how you feel about that, if that's possible, if everyone has enough space on their computer to create videos like that, if everyone also has PowerPoint available on their computers, then that might be a great idea. If not, we can find something else, or if anyone else has another idea of how we can do presentations, that would be great. Because then we don't necessarily have to be on Zoom and just, kind of watch each other's thing, unless that's what you want to do, because we can do that too. But I just kind of feel like if we did a video, if every group could just create a video, and share that with everybody, that would probably work out really well. Anyway, so what I don't like about groups, I don't like more than 5 people, because I feel like over 5 is just too much. Okay, there may be exceptions here and there, but for the most part, keep it 5 or under. And I need to know who's in what group. Or you can just do this completely solo. You can do it by yourself if you don't want to work as a group, but I recommend working as a group because it's good to delegate tasks and have everyone working together. And it's really good practice for the future, because I know in the future you're going to have group projects here and there. So you're not always going to be working by yourself, and it's good practice to learn how to work with other people. Okay, so I suggest everyone start looking for group members now. If you think that, well, within a couple weeks, I'm gonna go around and make sure and ask who's in what group, okay? And if you want, I need you, if you don't have a group and you don't want to go out and look for one, and if you want to have a group, you need to let me know so that I can put you in a group. So in about 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to tell everyone I need you to either be in a group or you need to tell me if you want me to put you in a group, and then I will, and I'll connect you with some other people in the course, and then you guys can start working together. So we can do that too. So anyways, this total, this entire project is going to be worth 200 points. The presentation itself is going to be worth 75, and the paper is going to be worth 125. Okay, so what this project really is, it's going to be very broad. What I want you to do, I want you to do like a critique of any kind of healthcare organization, institution, policy, business, hospital, managed care organization, anything, okay? Any kind of program, policy, or organization within the healthcare delivery system. And what you're going to do is critique it, okay? You need to go ahead and dissect it, get deep into it, figure out the pros, what they do that's great, and what's going wrong with that situation. Okay, and then we're gonna figure, what I need you guys to do is really focus on the problems there, and you're going to offer solutions. Okay, so that's kind of a gist of it. I'll give a lot more information and help you guys structure it a little bit better in the weeks to come. But for now, that research project, that's what it is. Okay. Moving forward. All right, so these are great ways to I'm gonna leave announcements and on Blackboard, and then I will also leave announcements through email. If you guys need to contact me, like if it's an emergency, you can text. Okay. And you can also access all of the lectures at my website, professorhusain.com. So what you're going to do there is go into the website, look on the menu for your course, for the medical organizations course, and then under that you should be able to see all of the PowerPoint presentations as well as the video lectures. Okay, and that's where you're going to get a lot of the information for the course, and over the course of this quarter I will also be updating that and giving more information that should be able to help you be successful in this course. So I'll give it under there. Also, Blackboard has the assignments under the activities section, as well as many of the, I believe the lectures and the video lectures are all under the resources. So I added the links there as well. So makeup work. If you miss an exam or a quiz or even your research paper or your presentation, and you do not have evidence or a legit reason for why you missed, then you will receive no credit. Sorry, you get no credit. But if you do, or you can work with me, if you know you're going to have like an unusual circumstance or something is happening, communicate with me and we can work something out. Okay. In addition, makeup work as an assignment will be allowed at the end of the quarter. Do not ask me to make up any kind of assignments during the quarter. Okay, you're not going to be able to do it. And that's why it's so important for you to do your assignments completely on time before the due date, before the time actually runs out, because it will disappear from Blackboard. You will no longer have access once it passes its due date and its due time. Okay, then you will not be able to access that again. And if you want to make up that work, you're going to have to wait until the very end of the quarter, because the last week is when I will open all of that up, and then you will be able to do makeup work for half credits. Okay, so you can go ahead and make everything up at the very end of the quarter, but you're going to get half the points. So it really pays to get everything done on time when you're supposed to, and just keep up with the course. If you wait till last minute, you only get half, and you're probably not going to survive in the course. Like I said, again, if you do have any kind of unusual circumstances, something else is going on and it's hindering your ability to keep up with the course and with the work in this course, then please communicate with me and we will figure something out. Okay? Don't just allow yourself to fail, and also don't wait till the last minute when you don't like your grade and then look back and go, hey, actually I did bad because of such and such that happened 3 weeks ago. Don't do that. It's not going to work. Okay? So anyway, moving forward, all university policies, they're all on the syllabus, so you can find them there. Any kind of changes in the course structure, we're on this together, so if you guys have other ideas or anything like that, we can figure them out as a group and we can vote on stuff if you need to. Email is the best way to communicate with me. Absolutely, that's the sweet spot, email. That being said, if it's an emergency and you can't wait an hour or a couple hours for me to get to my email, because I will be checking it periodically throughout the day, but if you cannot, then, like I said, emergency stuff will allow texting. So this is the texting number that you may use. Okay? And without further ado, you may go begin the course.